Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
We know how important your company is to the community.
Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Good evening and welcome to this week's episode of Louisiana and Beyond.
And this week we're going to explore new and innovative coastal techniques, devices, approaches, methods, and products.
We will also talk about the importance of networking for coastal contracts and the hiring process for local companies doing coastal work.
Our guests this week include Michael Hare, Lacey Malasaw, Angela Hidalgo, Mike Mercado, Mark Prejean, Greg Randy, Paige Gisclair, and Cindy Carrier.
And then our guest segment this week, we're happy to introduce you to Travis Schonacher and Justin Lane from SeaLevel Construction.
Stay with us. It's all here on Louisiana and Beyond.
Louisiana and Beyond is brought to you in part by Edison Schwest Offshore, Bollinger Shipyards, Crosby Tugs LLC, Grand Isle Shipyard, Nichols State University, and SeaLevel Construction.
Edison Schwest Offshore is more than a fleet. We're an interconnected network of vessels, logistics hubs, and a fast-growing workforce of over 19,000 dedicated professionals across the globe. From the United States to Brazil and the Middle East to Southeast Asia, Schwest provides cutting-edge solutions to a worldwide community. And in the face of evolving demands across the industry, we are committed to operating as the best in the world.
When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
At GIS, putting people first has always been our thing. As we always say, our people are our most important assets. With over 20 office locations, we deliver innovative solutions across 4 key markets: energy, industrial, infrastructure, and power. Our 4 main service groups house over 20 service capabilities, supporting projects from start to finish. We're proud of our legacy and even more excited about what's ahead.
Welcome to Bollinger Shipyards. For nearly a century, our family of skilled shipbuilders has driven innovation and excellence, creating some of the world's most advanced vessels. Today, we are at the forefront of our industry and redefining the future of naval warfare. At Bollinger, we turn challenges into opportunities and careers into legacies. Here, you're part of something bigger. Any yard can build a ship. We don't just build ships. Together, we're building the future.
In a world where you can choose to be anything, who do you choose to be? At Nichols State University, with over 70 distinct degree programs, we believe our students can be anything. Be an artist, a chef, a journalist, an educator, a lifesaver. But no matter what you choose to be a colonel. Be more at Nichols State University.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Louisiana and Beyond, and we are focusing on coastal connections.
And this week we're exploring technological advances leading to new products and methods of restoring our coast. And we begin by hearing from the state agency that is leading that charge, the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority, or CPRA.
We have a staff that is overwhelmingly filled with incredible professionals, both on the engineering, the science, and the project management side. You know, one of the worst things that we could do is continue to sort of operate inside of a closed door system and not challenge ourselves to new learning, to new products. And so we actively put things in place like CTAC. We have a day where we'll invite companies that may not have worked with us to come in, pitch new ideas. And really, I have an open door policy, and I would say that for all of our division chiefs, they're constantly out there willing to meet with companies. So at the end of the day, we've got a forever level of investment that we're going to be making in this area. We've got a commitment to efficiency and how do we stretch those dollars in the most cost-effective way possible. And so we know there's some new invention, new technique, new approach that's out there that's just waiting to make its way to us. Please bring it to us. We are in a constant cycle of evolution, new thinking. But at the end of the day, we know what we have to do. We need to build land, we need to plant trees, we need to put protection in place, we need to move water. So the basics are still going to be there. And let's not get too far away from, you know, making this seem more complicated than it needs to be. But please, to the business community out there that's always coming up with new and innovative ways to do it, bring us those techniques, bring us those approaches.
So in my previous role, I was the program director for the Coastal Technical Assistance Center, which is also known as CTAC. It's a statewide program essentially to assist Louisiana-based businesses obtain coastal contracts. So started that program from the ground up back in 2020 during the time of COVID, which no one was meeting in person back then. So we built the program to essentially have virtual services. All services are available online. There are in-person events and things, you know, that they offer, but essentially, you know, we hosted here in the Coastal Center a business networking and matchmaking event just a few weeks ago where CTAC came in along with other partner organizations to encourage Louisiana businesses to bid on some of these coastal projects. It's important to us here in Louisiana to make sure that we're utilizing Louisiana-based businesses. It's obviously good for our economy, and so we want to encourage, you know, companies that can support coastal work here throughout Southeast Louisiana to do that work.
And we will learn more about that CTAC event at the Nichols Coastal Center that Lacey referred to later in the show.
And all of the coastal groups and local engineers featured on the show are on a constant quest for new and innovative methods and products, and they're most certainly always encouraging our Cajun ingenuity.
I love the interest that people have in saving the coast. That's something that resonates along, you know, every community in Louisiana, and it's a major effort, and it takes a lot of different products to do it. So we have test projects out there. We use the Cajun coral, for example, along one of them, and we're monitoring to see how that will perform versus armoring with rock or articulated mats and that kind of thing. So we are looking for solutions to help protect our levees and berms and make sure that those stay strong so that they can fight better, you know, a storm surge event. Any ideas are welcome. They all, of course, have to be engineeringly sound and vetted and whatnot. And we're happy to try new ideas and different, you know, options to be able to do that. So we welcome all those types of ideas, and we definitely encourage people, if you have something, to come forward and let us know, and we can take a look at it.
And I mean, there are the new products that they're coming out with now. There's a bunch of different variations of shoreline protection made out of concrete. It'll grow oysters, it's good for the fish, things like that. So, but whenever you start looking at costs, you got to be able to weigh the costs and figure out what's best for you.
You know, from all of us being in Louisiana, we've all dealt with unique challenges. You mentioned a couple of them: coastal erosion. You know, being from Grand Isle, it seemed like we had a storm at least one a year going up, and you know, we needed that Cajun ingenuity. You know, we'll call it, from early on. You know, because if you didn't protect yourself or come up with innovative ways to do stuff, your community, your family would cease to exist, right? So I think here in Louisiana is the epitome of being able to be innovative. And over the years, we've continued on that thing. I mean, not only with technology pieces, but just bringing the best minds together to come up with solutions to some of the toughest challenges has been a key piece. And now you're seeing the technology significantly accelerate, AI and robotics and all of these other things. So it's just as these generations continue to come in, understanding that, myself is not going to be near as smart as my son and that generation coming in when it comes to artificial intelligence and all of those things. So we need to open up our minds and also stand behind in a case and let them lead in those areas where they have some strengths.
There's a lot of work for sure. And this is going to be something that is not a fight that we do for 20 years and stop. This is going to be a forever fight. This is going to be something that we do for the rest of our lives as long as we choose to live in Louisiana, which I don't see that ever changing. I mean, we've got, the constant subsidence, we've got settlement, we've always going to have hurricanes. We know that. That's just the world we live in. So there's always going to be levee lifts and shoreline protection, marsh creation, terrace building, mitigation efforts. All those things are going to be forever. So it's definitely a wonderful place for, I'm just going to say, for engineers that are young students who want to come in and design projects. Louisiana is where you want to be.
And coming up later in the show, we will speak with statewide experts at the Coastal Connect event at Nicholls State's Coastal Center.
And after the break, we're going to introduce you to Travis Schonacher and Justin Lane from SeaLevel Construction in Thibodaux, one of our area's fastest growing companies. Stay with us right here on Louisiana and Beyond.
SeaLevel Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, SeaLevel and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drilled deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call SeaLevel Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.
At GIS, putting people first has always been our thing. As we always say, our people are our most important assets. With over 20 office locations, we deliver innovative solutions across 4 key markets: energy, industrial, infrastructure, and power. Our 4 main service groups house over 20 service capabilities, supporting projects from start to finish. We're proud of our legacy and even more excited about what's ahead.
Welcome to Bollinger Shipyards. For nearly a century, our family of skilled shipbuilders has driven innovation and excellence, creating some of the world's most advanced vessels. Today, we are at the forefront of our industry and redefining the future of naval warfare. At Bollinger, we turn challenges into opportunities and careers into legacies. Here, you're part of something bigger. Any yard can build a ship. We don't just build ships. Together, we're building the future.
When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
Edison Schwest Offshore is more than a fleet. We're an interconnected network of vessels, logistics hubs, and a fast-growing workforce of over 19,000 dedicated professionals across the globe. From the United States to Brazil and the Middle East to Southeast Asia, Schwest provides cutting-edge solutions to a worldwide community. And in the face of evolving demands across the industry, we are committed to operating as the best in the world.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Louisiana and Beyond.
And we're very pleased to introduce you to one of our sponsors, SeaLevel Construction. And tonight we're joined by Travis Schonacher and Justin Lane.
SeaLevel is a locally owned heavy civil construction company in Thibodaux and is quite active in major coastal restoration projects around the state.
SeaLevel started in 1997, so it's almost 30 years. It'll be 30 years next year. And it really started just Richard. I mean, Richard Rowe, doing small projects, and then grew into a few local crews, doing mostly smaller utility type projects, and really just grew over time. Now we're nearing 600 employees, and the great thing is that most of those employees live in Terrebonne, Lafourche, St. Charles, St. Mary, all those surrounding areas, but really just good, honest work, right? It's kind of sad to say nowadays in the contracting world, if you can be honest, that puts you several steps ahead of your competition, or most of the competition out there. But just doing good, honest work, and working with owners, taking on challenges, and just always looking to the future, and really just promoting our team and growing our team, and putting our teams in the right places to excel at what they're good at. So.
All of these different aspects that you see on here, Richard had a vision, from when he started, that he wanted to be able to do everything, I think, in-house, to be in control of everything, and we weren't relying on anybody else to get the job done. And he has taken those steps from, the fabrication side of it early on, all the way to, our Rotary's electric, being able to do a turnkey project. There's so many different aspects that we're able to perform, and that's been a huge advantage that he's provided to us, to be able to keep everything in-house and just be able to walk next door and talk to the guy about our fabrication department. We have a big, these sector gates that we're setting at H&C. Some of them are in excess of 265 tons. And I can just walk next door and talk to the guy that's in charge of that fabrication, and we can work through how he's going to build it, how he's going to load it out, how we want it done for installation. And if another fabrication shop was doing that somewhere else, they wouldn't have the same logic, or they wouldn't be worried about how we were going to install it, and working with us at the level that we're able to do that with all the different companies under the SeaLevel umbrellas.
Through almost 3 decades, SeaLevel has recognized that their common sense approach and lasting relationships have been key to their success.
And justifiably proud of their outstanding work ethic and reputation that their diversely skilled team has established, Travis looks back at what motivated SeaLevel founder Richard Roth in those very early days.
It was truly just, hey, I need to get to work and provide for my family. And, we joke at times, we don't know if we're crazy, lucky, smart, whatever, but somehow it just seems like we've made the right decisions as far as the type of work we've pursued, and the way, the different directions we've brought the business to really excel at the larger projects in our area. So really, truly was just hey, I'm gonna go out there, work hard, take on complex projects, and do the right thing. And it blossomed into what it has.
The importance for us is, I go back to the H&C project. There's so many different aspects of it. Electrical, obviously the fabrication, the marine transportation. Something a lot of people think about is the mechanic side of it. With all the equipment, there's in excess of 60 plus pieces of equipment, on the job. So all those different things we keep in-house, or we perform in-house, and it's just a simple phone call away. And those guys, when you're calling an outside vendor, they have other obligations that they've already committed to, and you're not going to get their best effort because of things outside of your control. We know when we call the guy down the hall, you're going to get the best effort from him and their group to give you and to work with you, because we're all, at the end of the day, we're all on the same team, right? So that integration that Richard has put together, it gives us advantages that nobody else especially locally, and I would say in all of South Louisiana has. Been a tremendous asset for us resource for us as managers to be able to use.
We're definitely proud of all the work we've done in the area, and I guess it really motivates us to want to do more, and do a better job. Terrebonne Levee District has been great to work with. Some of our projects we've done for them have really been stepping stones for our company to get into the larger projects. But it really is it's a motivator to want to do more and do it more efficiently and safer and just do a better job. And like I think I previously mentioned, this is where most of us live. So it makes us really proud when your family and friends are hearing that message and they know that we are doing good work.
And we take this opportunity to thank Richard, Travis, Justin, and the entire team at SeaLevel Construction for their support of our program.
And earlier in the episode, we referenced the Coastal Connect networking event at the Nichols Coastal Center from several months ago. And after the break, we'll take a look back at our original Bayou Time segment on one of the very first public events hosted by the Coastal Center.
Edison Schwest Offshore is more than a fleet. We're an interconnected network of vessels, logistics hubs, and a fast-growing workforce of over 19,000 dedicated professionals across the globe. From the United States to Brazil and the Middle East to Southeast Asia, Schwest provides cutting-edge solutions to a worldwide community. And in the face of evolving demands across the industry, we are committed to operating as the best in the world.
At GIS, putting people first has always been our thing. As we always say, our people are our most important assets. With over 20 office locations, we deliver innovative solutions across 4 key markets: energy, industrial, infrastructure, and power. Our 4 main service groups house over 20 service capabilities, supporting projects from start to finish. We're proud of our legacy and even more excited about what's ahead.
Welcome to Bollinger Shipyards. For nearly a century, our family of skilled shipbuilders has driven innovation and excellence, creating some of the world's most advanced vessels. Today, we are at the forefront of our industry and redefining the future of naval warfare. At Bollinger, we turn challenges into opportunities and careers into legacies. Here, you're part of something bigger. Any yard can build a ship. We don't just build ships. Together, we're building the future.
When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
SeaLevel Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, SeaLevel and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drilled deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call SeaLevel Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.
Our final segment of this week's show on Coastal Connections is a look back at a Bayou Time segment from November.
In one of the Nichols Coastal Center's very first events, they hosted Coastal Connect, a networking event bringing together contractors and industry leaders from throughout Louisiana's coastal region.
Yeah, so it's a business matchmaking and networking event. So there's two components happening with the event. There's a matchmaking portion, so that is large contractors, so buyers meet with subcontractors, suppliers who want to engage in coastal work. And so that looks like quick 10 to 15 minute speed dating sessions. So that's happening throughout the event, along with networking all day. So from different coastal partners, other established firms, a variety of different organizations here to engage. So SeaTac is the Coastal Technical Assistance Center. So we are a free statewide resource center for Louisiana-based businesses who want to get involved in coastal restoration and protection opportunities. So this could be a large, established prime contractor that's already doing work in the state in coastal restoration, or a brand new business who's looking to get engaged with those people. This is not just the first place we've had this event. This is the first time we've had it in the Bayou region, but it has been so successful. We've had it in Baton Rouge, and our goal as we continue to work and to expand the program is to have it statewide. When we talk with companies that have engaged prior or are looking to get involved in this space, something like this has never happened and is vital for this place and for these organizations. So it's been a wonderful event. Like I said, we've had it on Coastal Day in Baton Rouge, but we really wanted to bring it to the Bayou region and continue to expand it moving forward. I think the coming thing is that we got to continue to work together. A coastal issue is always going to continue to be an issue for our state, and so we want to be active and proactive in getting our feet on the ground, making sure that these projects have contractors to do the work, and that we're ultimately engaging with our mission to keep coastal investments local.
Coastal Connect is important, and the work that SeaTac does all year long is important because it connects Louisiana businesses to opportunities in the coastal arena. And those opportunities can be from engineering, design, surveying, geotech, on the consulting side, or the construction side from trucking companies that help build levees. So it's prime consultants. They also have speed dating as part of this connection, where primes can meet with subs in the different disciplines, so that they can start to build different teams for different opportunities and be aware of networking and possibilities that are out there for work. There are more companies, particularly small companies, that we see formed, and it's from Cameron to Lafourche, Terrebonne, all the way to St. Bernard and Orleans. So there are all smaller companies getting involved, and even larger companies that are moving or staffing up as the funding has become available. And the funding, either from a hurricane protection standpoint, some of which is federal government funding, some of which is parish or levee district funding, some of which is state funding, some of it's Deepwater Horizon, so there's restoration and there's protection going on statewide across all 20 coastal parishes in Louisiana. Things are looking very good. And our agency, we were started in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. So we're a relatively young agency as agencies go. We're really about 20 years old. And you kind of see the progression of the projects we've worked on, the scale of the size of some of the projects we're working on compared to 10 or 15 or 20 years ago. And part of that is because of the funding that's been available. That does two things. It's not only important from a business standpoint, but it also helps us restore our coastal ecosystem and make our communities more resilient, which at the end of the day, that's the goal of what our agency does.
So what Louisiana Apex Accelerators does is we assist Louisiana-based businesses with all things government contracting related. So if the Louisiana business wants to do business at the local level, like cities, parishes, school boards, that kind of thing, we can help them with the paperwork and getting procurement ready. If they want to do business with the state, of course the state of Louisiana, but any other state that they want to do business in, and then the federal government. So it's all things government contracting related. So we're a sister organization to SeaTac, where SeaTac dives really deep into coastal restoration and those projects. So then they will refer companies over to us to help with proposal writing. And if the Louisiana companies have not gotten paid by the government, we can get involved. And all our services are at no cost, so that's good. And the reason we can do that is Department of Defense funds us under our cooperative agreement, which means the state of Louisiana and the University of Louisiana at Lafayette puts up the other portion of the money. So there's no cost to Louisiana businesses. And that was the whole reason for Louisiana Economic Development putting coastal SeaTac together, to take that deeper dive, because the issue was monies for coastal work was leaving the state of Louisiana. So in order to try to keep it here, SeaTac was formed. Well, SeaTac and Apex, we work hand in hand because, like I said, they do a deeper dive with coastal. So if a company is more coastal oriented, they may start out with SeaTac, but they'll get referred to us because they have to get procurement ready to bid those projects. To contact us, you can go to our website, which is Louisiana Apex Accelerator. It's a mouthful, but or call our 800 number, which is 800-205-3545, 206-3545.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. And next week, we will explore mitigation as it relates to Louisiana's coastal projects.
Thanks again for tuning in. Hope to see you next week right here on HTV's Louisiana and Beyond.
Louisiana and Beyond has been brought to you in part by Edison Schwest Offshore, Bollinger Shipyards, Crosby Tugs LLC, Grand Isle Shipyard, Nichols State University, and SeaLevel Construction.